Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before and you have no idea of who I am, I will present myself. Hello, my name is Noah. I'm a Cuban girl living in Romania, and today I will be answering some of the questions that I have been getting in my previous videos because some of you are curious about me and about how I got to Romania or how I got my job, and I will be answering all of those questions here. So for starters, I want to give a little bit of context about my life. My real name is not Noah, it's Naomi. I come from Cuba. I've been living here in Romania about a year and a half, kind of, and I moved here with my husband. I used to be a singer back in Cuba because I graduated from School of Arts in Cuba. I graduated from classical guitar and I haven't played ever since I graduated. I don't even have a guitar right now. It's kind of sad that the thing that I studied for over 10 years, I don't have it anymore, but still I think that I got a lot of experience and I got a lot of knowledge from studying music for 10 years. Also, I've had other types of job while living in Cuba. I used to be like an assistant for a lawyer, but that's like my only serious job, to say it somehow, because my work experience has always been the art world related. I've been a singer since 2017 until 2023, where I left the country. I worked as a makeup artist also, but not for long. So given this, I think that I am ready to answer some of your questions. I will start by some that I had on Instagram. Someone called Race Doors on Instagram said my height. Like, what is my height? I am a very short person. I've always been a very short person. I remember when I was little, like old people say like, oh, she's gonna be so tall when she grows up because her dad is so tall, right? Spoiler alert, I never grew. I am 158. Very short. I don't even get to 160. Yeah, disappointing. Me too. I'm sorry. It's not something I can fix. I'm short and I struggle a lot getting things from the high places because, short people. Hello, we got a guest. She's here. She wants to see all of you. So let's go to the real thing. My friend, Dooley's Art, she asked, are you going to be living more time in Romania or would you like to move to another country? Kisses, guapa. Guapa tu. Thank you so much for your question. Yes, I see myself living in Romania. I don't have any plans to leave Romania for now, and I plan to live here for a few years. I'm not sure what life will bring. I'm not sure what will happen in the future, but for now, I can say yes, I will see myself living here for a long time. Let's continue with the next question. Someone called Superator69 asked, are you Cuban or Cuban from America? Why do you live in Romania? Is your husband Romanian? And if he is, how did you meet him? Well, for the first thing, I'm Cuban, not Cuban from America. I've never been to America. I've always lived in Cuba my entire life until I was 25. What? 25? 26? I don't even know how old I am. How old am I? Wait. How old am I? I lived my entire life in Cuba before I came here, and I was born in Havana, in the capital, and both my parents are Cuban. So, yeah, Cuban, if that answers your question. For the second question he had, why do you live in Romania? This is a very complicated subject that I will touch a little bit later in this video. So if your husband is Romanian, how did you meet him? No, my husband is not Romanian. My husband is also Cuban. We came together and we have been together for 5 years. Happily married 5 years. Luis Cabrera 6625 said, your English is very good. Did you learn it in Cuba or did you live in the US prior to moving to Romania? As I said before, no, I never lived in the US. I have been learning English ever since I can remember, through music, TV shows, movies, everything in English. I remember I started watching a show that it was a medicine show. I love Grey's Anatomy. This is not a guilty pleasure. I admit this is something that I do love. And I wanted to learn like the medical terms in English because it is very different than the casual daily conversations, and I wanted to improve that. So what I did was to put the subtitles in English. And after I put the subtitles in English, I can say that I understand absolutely everything in English. That really helped me a lot and improved my English a lot. So my advice to you if you're trying to learn a language is just to watch shows and watch movies and listen to music from that country. And I think that's kind of hypocritical of me to say this because I haven't learned Romanian yet. So I think that I should apply that advice to myself. I need to start watching some Romanian movies and some shows so that I can understand a little bit better. Yeah, I will do that. So how did I find a job? I was looking for jobs last year, the same time of the year, and I remembered that I spent weeks looking for jobs and I didn't get any interviews or anything. After that, my husband and I went to Spain for a month, and after I came back in November, I started applying to a lot of jobs every day. Most of my time, what I did was just to apply to jobs. So it was different for me, the experience, and I also was looking for a job that was remote. I mean, that was my intention. The first thing that I had to do was to create my CV. I didn't have any experience on this. I had to ask my uncles to help me with this, and they were super nice and they helped me. The process of applying to a job is just like to go to the app. I started looking for jobs on eJobs, on Glassdoor, and on LinkedIn, and on Best Jobs. But I am not sure. The one that I got, I'm not sure in which platform I got it. I think it was on eJobs. And I started applying to every job that fit the job that I wanted to have. I wanted to have like a hybrid or completely remote job. But my main thing here was that it was not necessary for me to speak Romanian to be able to apply to this job. At the end of that week, I remember that was really quick in my experience. That was really quick because we came back from Spain, and I remember we were in Baia Mare for like a week and a half or so, and I had a few interviews. I was applying to a job that I never had experience in because it was a sales job, and they called me and they offered me a job offer. It was here in Bucharest, so I would have to move anyways. I had signed a contract, and then I got a call from my actual job right now, and I had the interviews, and the interviews were really fast. I mean, the interviews itself were not fast, but the process itself was really fast in this company. Of course, I was clear to them. I told them, look, I have a job offered already, but I'm really interested in this job. I really look forward to working here in this company because I really like how it seems, how it looks. I like everything about it, and I like the people that work there. And they told me like, okay, don't worry, we're gonna give you an answer by the end of the day. And they did. They sent me the job offer, and then after that, I signed the contract. That was still what I was living in Baia Mare. So the next step was for me and my husband to move to Bucharest. We needed to find an apartment. I can talk about that in another video. But just to make the story short, we found the apartment. I talked to the other company and I told them like, you know what? I thought about it a little bit better and I won't be able to continue because I got another job offer that I really like and I don't want to lose this opportunity. They were super nice and they understood everything. I was happy. I was really, really happy to get a job. You have no idea. Since it was my first experience outside of my country, it is something that made me so happy and so, I don't know, it was different. In this case, it was not hard to find a job because I got lucky. Basically, my job is customer service, like a more technical customer service. I help customers solve their issues in a software that they use, and I really like it. Sometimes I get hard days like everyone, but my coworkers are amazing and my boss is amazing. So yeah, I've been lucky to be in the company that I am, and I'm grateful, very, very grateful. And yeah, that's kind of like my story getting a job here in Romania. So James2899 asked, was it hard to obtain a passport in Cuba, and was it hard to get a Romanian visa? So James, thank you so much for your question. Was it hard to get a passport in Cuba? No. The thing about Cuba and passports is not the hard that it is to get the passport. Okay, basically you go to this office where you also get the IDs. You go to this office and you say like, okay, I need to get a passport, and you pay for your passport. In the time that I got it, it was around $50. I'm not sure if the prices have increased because I have no idea of how it is working right now. But that was the cost, $50. If you have the money, you can just go and get your passport. So the difficult part in Cuba, it is someone granting you a visa. Cuban passport is one of the worst passports ever. It is situated in one of the worst places ever. We need a visa for every place, and most of the time the visas are refused because there is a hard situation in Cuba. There is a communist dictatorship for over 60 years, so this means that there are a lot of issues in Cuba that maybe I will be talking in another video, because this is not a video for this is just an informative video and a Q&A video. I want to keep it happy. So yes, because of the Cuba situation, not many country is willing to give a Cuban a visa because we are possible immigrants. So yes, answering your last question, no, I did not come here with a visa. I will continue to answer other questions that are related to this one, and I will get to the point that I tell you why I didn't come here with a visa. Someone called Florina Aldea 1794 said, when are you coming back to Cuba? And someone whose name I didn't write said, what the F are you doing in Romania? What the fuck are you doing in Romania? Something like that. And for Florina Aldea, I have to say that I am not coming back to Cuba. I don't plan to go back to Cuba. And answering the question of the visa, I can't go back to Cuba because I am a refugee here. Just to make the story short, I will say that I came running out of Cuba because I had political issues there, and I needed to escape and I needed to get to a safe country. And yes, that is the big deal about me. I'm a refugee here in Romania and I can't go back to Cuba. I guess it makes sense, of course. If you're running from something or for someone, you're supposed to not come back, or you're supposed to not want to come back to that place because you're being hunted, basically. If you guys want me to make a story time to tell you a story of how it is that I got to Romania and my story and my experience here as an asylum seeker and as a refugee right now, I will be so happy to do it. It is not my intention to make my channel a political thing. It's never been. But I think it is nice for you. It is nice for you guys to know me a little bit better, to know where I come from and why I'm living here in Romania. I think it is important for you guys to know. And if you guys have any doubts, you can ask me. I will be happy to answer your questions, and I will be happy to answer from my perspective and from my experience so far. One thing that I can say as a conclusion is that I am very grateful, and I consider that me and my husband, we've been so lucky. I am really happy that I could get to a country like Romania. I'm really happy of the experiences that I've had here so far, and I'm very grateful with Romania for taking us, me and my husband, and very grateful to be able to call this place home. So these are all the questions for now. If you have more questions, please, I encourage you to ask them. Leave it in the comments, because I will be so happy to answer you and so happy to read your questions and your thoughts and anything that you have to say, basically. I'm really happy for the support that I've been getting in this channel. As I said in a previous video, we are already 400 people in this channel, and I am amazed because I never thought that we would get to this number so quick. So I am really glad to all of you guys. So if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. You will help me so much. You have no idea of how I appreciate your comments and your support so far. I am beyond blessed and excited about this thing that we are creating here. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having a very beautiful Sunday. Bye bye.